So Pokemon Legends Arceus, Amadeus, Amadeus is finally out on the Nintendo Switch. This was a game that I was actually looking forward to because my Switch has been collecting dust. Even though I'm not much of a Pokemon fan, I decided, you know what, let's give Pokemon Legends Arceus a fair shot. Now, upon my first impression of it, when I saw the trailer, when I saw gameplay of it, I thought, okay, this kind of looks like Breath of the Wild. It even has the characters standing on a mountain on the box art in front of another mountain. Like, you know, it just has like that Breath of the Wild vibe when you look at the open world. The greens and the blues pop out. It kind of has that artistic style. In fact, looking at it, the engine even almost seems like it's the same engine that Breath of the Wild was used on. I'm not a technical whiz, but yeah, looking on the surface, the cosmetics, everything like that, definitely checks out to look like a Breath of the Wild clone, which in all reality might be a bit unfair to say because they're two strikingly different games. It's a new type of Pokemon adventure. Your character, just to get into the plot real quick, falls from the sky. You meet people up in a village. There's a survey team that is exploring and figuring out different Pokemon by filling out the Pokedex. So it's up to you to go and capture them, do certain objectives in your Pokedex to learn more about Pokemon. And you also meet the needs of villagers' requests and kind of just explore. Again, I really haven't played a Pokemon game in quite some time. Aside from like the random review that I've done where Nintendo sent me Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I haven't touched a Pokemon game since Red and Blue. So I'm kind of like out of the loop as far as Pokemon go. I'm still learning a lot about the series, but I gotta say this, as a newbie, Pokemon Legends Arceus was pretty easy to jump into. It kind of feels like it's its own thing. It doesn't feel like I missed out on years of canon and lore and background. It feels like it's a good starting point if you want to get into it because Pokemon from all different generations are on here. You get to learn the basics of the different types of Pokemon, their powers. You get to learn about evolving. Now, the gameplay mechanics, open world, I gotta say though, at times it does feel a little bit empty. The graphics also feel a little bit bare and plain, almost like it's not complete. You know, you'll have these beautiful fields and you'll see these cute little Pokemon pop up and they go around and stuff, but it almost feels like the same issue that Breath of the Wild did, where while the game looks beautiful and stuff, at times it just feels really empty. But the NPCs, when you encounter them, they're just standing there. It's almost creepy, especially in the Jubilife village right here. You see all of them just standing in front of their houses and the shops, and they're not moving. The only life that you really see on the maps is the Pokemon kind of like running and flying around and stuff. It just seems like a big, huge, beautiful, vast, empty world that Nintendo and Game Freak really didn't take advantage of. I would have liked it to feel a little bit more alive compared to something like a Monster Hunter, which I gotta say, this overall gameplay of Pokemon Legends Arceus is kind of like Breath of the Wild with Monster Hunter, because you'll encounter big, huge alpha Pokemon that will attack you on sight. You can take them on, you can capture them, you have to craft different items. Yeah, there's light crafted mechanics in this game where you have to make your Pokeballs, you have to make potions, you have to make stuff to prevent your Pokemon from getting poisoned. Not as robust as like Breath of the Wild. Again, two separate games. On top of that, you're able to train your Pokemon, teach them new moves. When they get high enough of a level, you can evolve them. The main way to level up and to gain levels is to actually get different star badges through the survey team that they're part of. They're part of like the Galaxy survey team. There's a Pokedex that you have to fill out. Each Pokemon in the Pokedex has different objectives that you got to do. Like you got to capture a certain amount of them. You have to capture a certain amount of them without them seeing you. You have to defeat a certain amount of them. You have to defeat a certain amount of them with a certain type of attack. You have to, you know, different types of objectives. And it kind of lengthens the gameplay a bit. The gameplay, traditional turn-based, like all the other Pokemons. You can attack, you can run, you can use items, you can swap out your Pokemon. But this time around, your trainer gets in the way of battle and you can actually get hit. So you have freedom to run around the battle screen to avoid and dodge attacks from the enemy Pokemon. I did enjoy the gameplay mechanics as far as the fighting goes. It's really solid. It's honestly the most fun part. At no point did I ever feel like wanting to skip out on battling in this game. That happens to me a lot in RPGs where I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to try avoid battles. Not in this one. This one is pretty addictive, especially because all your Pokemon that are actually on your current team do get XP, even if they're not the active Pokemon. One thing that I would have liked to seen in the game is actual like some kind of like co-op campaign type of thing, at least with 2 players at the same time. I think it would have been fun to be able to explore and capture Pokemon together. So far, my first impressions are really good. So I'm going to keep playing this on my live streams. Make sure you guys come to my second channel on YouTube or my Twitch, where I'll be playing this game and checking it out. I'm a Pokemon noob. I'm a guy who never really got into the series, but now I'm giving it a shot.